Welcome to the studio here in Paris. We're talking about the innovation landscape in a renewables-powered future. Welcome, Francesco.
Pleasure to be here.
Is Europe on the correct path to a renewables-powered future?
Unfortunately not. The energy transition is there. Renewable are becoming more and more convenient. We estimate the next year in the large part of the planet will be more convenient to invest in solar and wind than in any other form of producing energy. We estimate that in the next 5 years it will be more convenient to have a new renewable plant instead of maintaining life a traditional one. But the fact is that this is happening. In the last year, the installed capacity of renewable has outpaced the traditional one, and the zero is enlarging year by year. But we have to accelerate. Just to give an example, we have to increase sixfold the share of renewable into the system from now to 2050, just to give you a number. We have to increase investment in renewable from 330 billion per year to 750 million per year. So we need to accelerate if we want to stay in line with the agreed climate goals.
So what are the changes that need to happen to get Europe up to speed?
The first thing is that we have to start to look at the future, not having the same highs that we used in the past, because the reality is changing dramatically. The role of the consumers, the fact that having more variable energy into the system needs instruments to stabilize and make the system to be flexible. So what we need? We need technology, because we need artificial intelligence, we need smart grids, we need legislation, because the legislation, the legislative framework is based on a vision that is not anymore actual. It's not a vision looking to the future. So if we want to look into Europe going to 50% reduction in 2030, we have to do more. People say, for example, that electric vehicles will be 5 million batteries. They will mean stabilize the system. But we have no regulation for this. We have not yet all the conditions set for this. And talking about innovation, I wish to introduce you our reports on innovation. In the report, we list 30 possible ways to better introduce renewable into the system, to make things work smoothly. But if I can send another message, until you don't reach 35% of renewables into the system, it's easy. It's possible to do it without many complications. We have to start to think bigger when the number rises above the 35%. That we need something. Stabilization. A country that has hydro has already what they need to make the system to stabilize. And important also to notice that there is not a recipe that is valid in every place. Saudi Arabia is not Finland. The run to renewables will make all countries very different from the others in terms of how they make their energy mix for their country valid. And interconnection between countries, among countries, will be more and more important in this respect. The new goal of the European Union is going from 10% of interconnection to at least 15%. I think we need more in the future of the interconnection.
In the next 3 to 5 years, what are the practical changes that we need to help close the gap between policy and regulation and reality so we can achieve these goals?
The fact is that we have always think that it's not a unique recipe. In Europe, also without subsidy, we are assisting in a change in acceleration because auctions are becoming more and more widely used, and this could give us good signs. If we accompany this with the legal environment we need, I think there is no problem, at least from our region. It's much different when you talk about Africa, about Southeast Asia. So there is a little bit more different. We need more political strong commitment. We need more, way to facilitate investment. We as IRENA, we launched in New York with UNDP, C4All, GCF, this climate investment platform, because we have to be there to facilitate the matching between demand and offer of money. At the same time, we have to match the demand for changing the legal environment coming from private companies and countries that has to act to have the money flowing in their own system.
Thank you for your insights, Francesco.
Thank you all.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more industry-related content.